Today we are heading out on the first road trip of the year, and this video is going to be sponsored by NHTSA. So thank you, NHTSA. We'll tell you guys a little bit more about this in just a little bit in the video. Welcome to one of my favorite small towns in the whole world, maybe my absolute favorite. Today we're in Athens, Georgia. We're gonna spend the next 24 hours here, sort of walking down memory lane for me. I went to the university here. I've only been back a couple times since I graduated. Chris has only been here a couple times before. And on our way to our next stop, we decided, let's go to Athens, check it out, see what's up, see what's different. So we're in Athens for one day. Let's go.
You're about to see a very different side of Sarah. She loves this place. It's very near and dear to her heart, but she's also a massive football fan and gets really competitive really easily.
Well, we're coming at a good time because the university here is back-to-back national champs right now, 2 years in a row.
Not that she likes to rub it into anybody's faces.
You gotta get back, gotta get back, gotta get back to Georgia. You gotta get back, gotta get back, gotta get back before you've been gone too long.
It never fails when we get to a new town. Gotta get coffee first. Thousand Faces is a good little place. All right, let's go.
That's why we always book dog-friendly hotels.
He's a dog of the finer things. We've always wanted to stay at Graduate Hotel. We've heard a lot of good things about them. And one of the interesting things, I think it's interesting, is that the key cards are old student IDs. I think that's kind of cool.
And if you've never heard of the Graduate, they have them in lots of different college towns across the country, and they're different for each college town. So this one, since it's in Athens, Georgia, it is very bulldog themed, so it's modeled after the University of Georgia, so everything has little red and black and dogs, and it's really cute. Never stayed at any of the other ones. This is not sponsored. They did not sponsor us to come stay here or anything, but it was a fun experience, and the location's really good, so if you are coming to Athens, I'd recommend it. It was good. So we're eating dinner at a Athens staple, an Athens classic called Cali and Titos. It's right off Lumpkin Street, so if you know Athens at all, you know it's like right next to campus. It's Latin food. So I got a veggie burrito. What did you get? Fish burrito. So it's sort of like a good classic cheap eat for college students. I used to come here. It's great. I like it. Maybe I remember it being better than it is. I hope it's still good. I'll let you know. When you're a poor college kid, a $7 burrito sounds amazing and tastes amazing.
I got the fish burrito. Look how giant this thing is.
You split.
We should have split, but we're not going to right now. This thing, I love college towns because they're just like, feed the kids. They've got high metabolism. It's great. Hey, this is a good burrito.
I got the veggie.
Yours is huge.
I know.
I would come back here. I would come back to this burrito place because, I mean, I finished my first half. This is my second half. And it's pretty good burrito. I mean, it's good college food.
Told you.
Yeah. Let's do this again. Sarah said that she was like, oh, maybe we should do a nice restaurant. And then we're like, why? There's good food here. Like, this is good food. You don't have to go to a nice fancy restaurant to experience Athens. You just need a good burrito.
It's a different kind of good. Obviously, the nice restaurants, they have their own thing, but it's a college town. Eat like the college kids do. If we eat like the college kids do, would be huge. Chris always humors me. Every few years we roll through Athens and he lets me guide him around and show him everything that I used to love about this place. And he acts like he's never seen it before. He's very kind like that. So here we are, going to yet another one of my favorite places.
It's like when one of those family members sits you down to show you all the photos from their vacation.
Hey. This video is sponsored by NHTSA. And if you're not familiar with who NHTSA is, it is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They are working with us to remind you to be safe on the roads this summer by providing a simple PDF of guidelines, which we're going to talk about really briefly right here. Safety starts before you even hit the road this summer. So while you're at home, before you've even left, make sure your car has been serviced recently. Check the wiper fluids, the brakes, the air conditioning. Make sure that the tire pressure is good. All the basic stuff that keeps your car safe. Also be sure to check to see if your vehicle has any safety recalls. Once you're on the road, be an extra safe driver. There are a lot of people who are going to be hitting the road this summer. Watch for wildlife, watch for distracted drivers. Make sure you're not distracted. Put the phone down. Make sure you keep everyone in and around your car safe by just being extra alert on the roads. So thank you, NHTSA, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the rest of the travels.
So there's something special about this tree right here. It actually owns itself, or that's the legend anyway.
It's true. So Colonel William H. Jackson, this is Athens legend, but back in 1890, Colonel William H. Jackson actually, when he passed away, he deeded this tree and everything within 8 feet of it to itself. So it's the tree that owns itself. And nobody ever bothered to contest it. The original tree was about 400 years old, they said, when it fell over, I think in the 30s or 40s, 1930s or 40s. After it fell over, the Junior Ladies Garden Club of Athens, they actually gathered acorns from the original tree and they all grew little seedlings, and then within a few years they actually had one to replant here. So this is a child of the original tree, and this one's 80 years old now, I guess. But I used to live in this neighborhood. I used to run past it all the time. Fun fact.
This thing is a driving hazard. Sarah says there wasn't cars when he designated the tree. I mean, look at this thing. It's like in the middle of the street. It's not even a roundabout. This isn't like a one-way street. Traffic goes both ways. This tree, the tree that owns itself, is a driving hazard. Let it be known. All right, let's go. Back during the Civil War, some people had the bright idea to put 2 cannons next to each other, and they were going to shoot 2 cannonballs. Didn't turn out so great. Everybody run! Sarah knows the history of this more than I do.
People of Athens were scared of the north, so their solution was, well, we're going to get them double time. So they got 2 cannonballs, but the 2 barrels side by side, and the 2 cannonballs were attached with a chain. They thought this was going to help them defeat the north. The north attacked Athens. Only problem is that when they shot it off to test it, they had zero control over it. So the 2 cannonballs, they broke away from the chain. Apparently, one of the balls ended up killing a cow in a faraway field, and the other ball knocked down the chimney of a cabin. So they kind of deemed that a failure, but nobody wanted to dismantle it because they were kind of proud of it at the same time. So today it sits here at City Hall in Athens.
I'm just imagining these poor people shooting it off and just screaming and running around.
The legend says, when we were reading it, it says that they had no control. It was just a loose cannon. Smell that? It smells so good. You can't smell it, but I can smell it. Pulling a usual Christmas Sarah. We got 2 different things, one sweet, one savory, and we're splitting. Because I can never make up my mind. Sweet, strawberry, something Danish. Chris didn't get the whole name, but it looks good. Then ham and cheese croissant. Look at those layers. I want to eat it, but I need to take a picture of it first.
A ham and cheese croissant. The French hate this man.
Get any ham and cheese in that bite?
I didn't get any ham and cheese, just got bread, or croissant. But it's really good. The bread's really flaky, and the layer, I do like the layers, very nice. I wish I was a food critic. I know when something's good, and this is good.
Got little flaky crumbs all over it now. So you know it's good. not familiar with Athens, Georgia, it's about an hour east of Atlanta, so it's really not that far. It feels like a whole nother world. Maybe it's like an hour and a half. It's not far. But it's such a small town. It's one of those classic college towns. It gets ranked every year as one of the top 20 college towns in America. There's more bars per capita in Athens than anywhere else in the country, or maybe it's the world. I think it's the country. But there's like, within this square mileage, there's like 90 bars or something crazy like that. I need to put the facts on the screen. That's why a lot of people love the city, but that wasn't really why I loved it. I loved the university itself. I loved the quaint small townness of it. I loved the music. If you don't know, Athens is also famous for its music scene. So bands like the B-52s, R.E.M, they are all from Athens, and they have all performed and gotten their start right here in the city. And then many of the places you'll see on their album artwork or hear about in their songs are here. So, very musical, football, partying, if that's your thing. Really wasn't my thing in college that much, but I enjoyed being downtown. I loved it. I lived down here once. It was great. It's really quiet here right now because summer just started for these guys like a week ago. So everyone's gone. When summer hits Athens, especially in May, the whole city clears out. I think it's like a third of the population of Athens just disappears because the university is, 35,000 people. And then when most of those kids leave, it's pretty empty. So it's 9:15 in the morning. A construction truck going by, but past that, it is wide open. So if you're going to visit Athens for fun, highly recommend on a school break. But if you really like the liveliness, which I do recommend checking out, during the year is a lot of fun. If you can snag tickets to a football game, you need to do it. It's a totally different experience. UGA, I am biased, but it is the best.
I love visiting college towns because they're small and they're quaint, but there's this electricity about them. There's something new all the time and changing, no matter where it is in the country.
I feel like I'm going to show thousands of friends around one of my favorite places on earth right now. Chris has just let me go with this one because this is my place. All right, so if you're not familiar with Athens, so Athens, how it works is it's mostly a college town. There's other stuff to do here if you're not a college student, but the college takes up a large part of the town. So right here where we're sitting and behind me is Broad Street, and then across Broad Street on the other side is North Campus of the University of Georgia. So the North Campus is the oldest part of the campus and the prettiest. It's where I had most of my classes. I love it. But that's like the prettiest area of the campus. You'll see the famous arch right there, the Georgia Arch. You are not allowed to walk under the arch until you have graduated. So I can officially walk under it now. You'll see people constantly getting their pictures there, and then people who do get to go under it are really proud that everybody else has to go around. So when you go look at it, we can't get it on camera because technically that's on property of the university. But when you walk under the arch, you can see how the steps have worn away on either side of it, and then under the arch, it's just a little bit more built up where hundreds of years people have gone around the arch. North Campus, if you're coming to Athens, you obviously need to walk through the campus. It's beautiful. North Campus is right here. You can walk and it just kind of winds. There's pretty gardens, there's old buildings. And then as you walk down to the campus, the stadium is right there in the middle. So if you are here for a football game, Athens is one of those places where the football stadium is a huge part of the campus. So tailgating and stuff, it's just another level here. It's a lot of fun. But downtown, it's Broad Street and it goes north, and it's a relatively small area. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars. We're only here for 24 hours, so we can't show you all of our favorite places, but I am going to make a blog post and I'm going to link it down below. So if you're coming to Athens and you want more recommendations of what we could show you in one video, check that out. But this is Athens. Oh, and we should probably say, we wish so badly that we could take you guys on campus and I can show you all of my favorite beautiful places and that kind of thing, but we can't. So for this video, all the footage that you see of the actual University of Georgia campus is not ours. In order to get on campus and to film, it is a whole bunch of hoopla and it is thousands of dollars. And so we apologize. We cannot do that for one video, but know that I love this place. And so we're just going to put a bunch of B-roll in this video for you guys. And one more thing, important note about this. This is the oldest public university in the country. Go Dogs.
The amount of times I've had to sit here and listen. This is not the first time that she's explained this. She's not crazy, but she's very proud of UGA. And
It's good years. It wasn't perfect. They were definitely hard years, but man, I did love it. College is such a formative time in your life. I changed so much. I met you when I was in college, not at college, but while I was in college.
that's right. I just hung around the campus until I met a pretty woman.
That's not our real story. Make sure people know that.
Yeah. That's not true. Sarah takes the arch very seriously. One time I did try to walk through it because I'm like, whatever, it's just an arch. She made me back up, turn around, walk around it.
I'm not superstitious, but I do believe in tradition. And I think that walking through the arch until you've graduated from here is a disrespectful move. So you will not walk until you get a degree from here. I've earned it. Lots of study hours and thousands of dollars later.
You're about to see the start of an argument in 3, 2, 1. For behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.